Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello if you are new here. My name is Kira and this is Mystique and Illusions. Now today we're going to be continuing the series of Makeup Artist Reacts. We're going to be taking a little dive into the dark, the eerie, and the gothic masterpiece that is Nosferatu. Now, Nosferatu was released in 2024, directed by Robert Eggers, starring Lily Rose Depp, Bill Skarsgård, and Nicholas Hoult, just to name a few. With a runtime of 2 hours and 12 minutes, the film received an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Now, this film was nominated for a handful of Oscars for this season. Unfortunately, it did not take any home. Now, it was nominated for Best Cinematography, Best Production Design, Best Costumes, and of course, Best Hair and Makeup. Now, I haven't seen this film yet, but I am very, very excited to watch it with you guys for the first time. Now, last week, I was able to attend an Oscars event for the makeup and hair category, where they kind of had a panel and a display of the 5 nominated films. Each table had prosthetics or products or wigs from the film that were used during the set production, along with some concept designs and sketches and stuff. The Nosferatu table had a few prosthetics. I'll drop some photos here. You'll see a photo of some silicone prosthetics that were used in the film. I believe a hand piece along with a forehead piece that Bill Skarsgård wore. And they also had some products too that they were using on the set to get the effects and everything. They even had like a really cool poster board of all these examples of their makeup and the tone of the film as well. Now, this film set had over 40 makeup and hairstylists on set to kind of bring this makeup and effects into the film and to bring it together as a whole. Now, I think 40, that's a lot, but that's awesome, and I think that's amazing. Now, the top 3 artists that would have won the Oscar if Nosferatu won was going to be David White, Tracy Loader, and Suzanne Stokes-Mutton. Now, at this event I was at, these 3 individuals were at a panel. Here's a photo, and they were able to talk about their concept and a little bit of what it was like on set to bring these effects to the screen, which was very fun and interesting. All right, now lovelies, without further ado, go ahead and grab your snacks, your drinks, and get your headphones on so we can begin, and let's get started. Ooh, that was cool. Oh. Dude, he looks really scary, actually.
What is it?
Man, if anyone can pull off those sideburns, it's Nicholas Hoult. Let's be honest.
The honeymoon was yet too short. Take off your shoes.
Cute. Newlyweds.
I've earned such a dainty wife.
Kitty! If that cat dies, I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna lose it.
He has the position already. They'll send him away.
Whoa, look at the set. Oh, wow.
Now, I have been entertaining dealings with a foreign count, very old line of nobility, very old and eccentric. He has one foot in the grave, so to speak.
May not the Count execute the deed here when he arrives?
Oh no, it is much too urgent. He insists we offer him an agent, and he will reward you handsomely, my boy, handsomely.
I don't know why, but I got the chills.
When we turned around, everyone was dead. Father and everyone. The stench of their bodies was horrible. But I never been so happy.
Never speak these things aloud.
Yeah, they'll lock your ass up in an asylum. Their makeup is beautiful. The skin prep, I can see it. Like, they look flawless. Their skin looks very hydrated. Lily Rose's Depp character, she, like, her brows, phenomenal. I also love that they kind of let them grow out a little bit to kind of show that time period. Like, waxing wasn't really a thing. Like, it was a thing, but it wasn't very common practice, especially for the brows. But her lips look very natural. The makeup it's almost like she's not wearing any. And I know they talked about it. That was the effect that they were going for. And it was really all about the skin prep is what they mentioned during that panel, which I can see it. It looks great. And I don't know if you've noticed the hair pieces on the gentlemen so far, like the sideburns, the beards, those are all pretty much fake. And they're lace front hair pieces, which those lay beautifully. I have had the opportunity to play with those before, and they lay perfectly, and they're immaculate. So I think it's wonderful that they really went to all the extra length of hand tying all these pieces to really pull you into the time period. Whoa, look at his stash. This is a crazy cast lineup.
Speak none of this to Ellen or my Anna, but we have another on the way.
Always wear a ratting gait.
I cannot resist her.
There is a monster in the room! Papa! Papa! Don't let her feed me to the monster! Stab him!
Pardon us, but I am to hunt a monster.
It's probably a real monster this time. It's Orlok. Yeah, into the bed. I bet that's a lot of dirt on his back. They had to do that on him. Oh, is that guy? Oh! Not your blood. Ooh.
Your lordship, it is entirely as you have demanded. He shall presently be in thy rule, and I shall attend thee here, near the object of thy contract!
I'm spooked. Could you imagine walking in on that?
Farewell.
Oh, look at his little hat. He looks so cute in his little hat. Everyone looks so good. Okay, just looking at this for the first, 20 minutes, I'm really surprised this didn't win an Oscar. I mean, look at this cinematography. Look at this shot. That's beautiful. And the costumes already are great. God, I love period pieces. Whoa, look at all these background actors. What? Dude, you picked a crazy night to come to town. What is happening?
Oh, by the grace of God!
Oh, it might not have been a dream at all. Wow. That blood spewing out of the mouth, that was cool. Oh, a crossroads. Isn't there a saying that you can meet the devil at a crossroads like that? This is really creepy. I love it though. Yeah, no worries. Let me just follow you into the dark castle. Yeah, it's pretty solid.
I have long awaited them.
Of course, my lord.
Ah! Oh, I don't like that. Yo, your fingernails are gnarly. The paint job on them is great. They look good. Ooh, look at his hand.
What manner of ritual?
Speak not of it again!
Cool. Agreed.
Hawaii, Harotor. Take heed what you do.
Who cuts like that? Whoa.
Come by the fire. Your face shows you won well.
Yeah, I'd be scared as shit too. Jesus. What is that? Ooh, look at those hands. Dude, the sweat on him looks so good. Ah! Crazy. That was probably a Prosthetic transfer. His little bites on his little bite on his chest there. Those are fairly easy to make. Usually you'll get a piece of wood and you'll sculpt whatever wound you want on there. And there's a bunch of techniques to sculpting wounds. You want to use as much reference as possible. You have to really watch out for those edges, because during the sculpting process, it's one of the most important parts because it can affect the prosthetic later down the line into application and painting. So you really want to focus on having a lot of texture in the clay and making sure those edges are seamless. 10 silicone, once it sets, you can break it open and bam, you have it. Then you'll take some PTM, which is Prosthetic transfer material. It's usually a type of thick Prosthetic cream with a little bit of fibers, red fibers thrown in to get that kind of under the skin tone. Usually they're either a very white substance or it's pink. I prefer the pink because it holds a little bit more of it's one less step you have to do when it comes to painting a prosthetic, so you don't have to do that undertone color to bring forth that translucency and the life to the skin, where you're usually doing a red, a coral, that kind of a color underneath before you start adding skin tone. When you're ready to apply, you'll peel the back off, add some Prosthetic to the back, add Prosthetic to wherever. So for this case, they did it to his chest. You can put it on chest hair. It's not, as long as the removal process is safe and you really lather that up with the removal, it shouldn't affect the hair. If it's very long, you could consider shaving that spot. Then you'll, lay it on there, and then you'll slowly peel up that plastic edge to reveal a beautifully laid prosthetic. Then you'll fix the edges a little bit with some 99, and then you'll get to paint it up and dress it with blood, and it usually takes 15 minutes to get that on completely. Dude, look at his hands! Those are silicone prosthetics. Oh, that looks so good! Ooh, more bite wounds. Yeah, those are Prosthetic transfers. I mean, they could have been silicone, but I think they were Prosthetic transfers. I totally could be wrong, but... Whoa, pause it. I want to take a look at this. Whoa. He's got maggots on him. Okay, so first of all, he has contacts in, obviously. They're the milky whites that kind of flush out all that tone. That mustache is crazy. That's a thick boy. All the maggots, that's gross. But, oh, wow, look at the forms on his face. How the brow protrudes and how he's got such a strong chin and slightly sunken in, and his temples are sunken in. The paint job is beautiful. I see some veins and light modeling. It looks very good. Those veins still look very under the skin, which is the main thing when you're doing veins, is you don't want it to look like paint just on top, which is why most people are going to use an alcohol-based paint and use a lot of 99 mixed into said color, so it gives you that illusion of the vein but translucency. And some spots of the veins, like where they connect to other veins, you can darken up, and it helps the eye catch it. I love the redness around his eye and nose. It's very subtle. Oh, look at that modeling and veining on his chest. That looks so good. Because I can also see he's emaciated, like the way his ribs are dipping in, and you know how concave where fat is stored on the stomach. But wow, they made it even look a little leathery. If you see like the crinkles around the breastbone, interesting. This is scary. And the blood, I love that blood. That blood looks like it's been there for a little while, which I really, really like and enjoy. But this pale tone, I love this kind of, I see so many creatures with this kind of pink color, like the tone, it's almost like a pale gray. It's like an off, gross, like decayed color. I really like it. Yeah, cover him back. Oh, the sun's setting. Do you see the sun setting in the back? It's getting smaller. Oh. Dude, do it. Do it. Seriously? It's not wood though. I don't know if there's rules. What are the rules? Ah! Too late. Oh, he looks so scary. This is a full, I don't know if this is a full bodysuit or if it's pieces put on him. I would assume a bodysuit just to make it easier and less time consuming. Look at the back of his head. Ooh. Blood tears. Interesting. Those blood tears, you have to be very particular of the type of blood you're buying. There are many different formulas of blood. For this, I would definitely want something that is non-staining. So maybe a water-based blood, because you probably have to do a bunch of takes of that, and you have to have that immaculate, clean makeup underneath. Skin prep. It's probably going to be the best, and the proper remover. But you're gonna have to be right there on set, ready to remove that blood with your little set bag, and also redo her makeup for the shot before, and then more blood on there. So, ew. Oh, I hate that. Ew. That was a fantastic tear. I will say most actors are very good at producing tears and crying. There are sometimes they have a little trouble. Of course, you know, I think it's a very normal thing for every actor to have a little bit of trouble crying. Usually, if that's the case, there are a few things that kind of fall into the makeup department that you can do. There are things called tear sticks. Basically, it's a menthol-based cream, and you can rub it under their eye, and it can help produce some tears, and it also gives a little bit of an irritation and swollenness as well, which I do like. It's not safe to put in the eyes, but under the eyes and around it, it's great. There is also the vapor menthol spray. So picture just a little like syringe with a puff ball you can squeeze, and it will shoot. You want to hold it kind of far, like pretty far from the face. And they'll have their eyes open, and you basically just squeeze, and it puffs out the air from the crystals that are in there from the menthol to help do the same thing, except there's nothing actually put on the skin. Let me guess, it's the dude from the beginning that runs that business.
No trouble.
Oh.
Providence. Lives.
Oh.
Gifts. Bestowed upon lordship. Look, this is a pretty one. His lordship likes the pretty ones best.
That's foul. It's foul. Obviously not a real pigeon, not a real bird. So it's basically, it's a fake bird that's made. Basically, they had probably one that was made fully and then one that was already separated where you just set the head on top and then he could easily put his mouth around it, pull it, bite it off. And then inside is a blood rig. For this, I would assume it's a really thin tube to be able to emulate the amount of blood that they wanted to come out, especially for the pigeon. And they would probably do mouth blood, which is a different formula from like probably the blood you saw on Ellen's face. This blood is safe to hold in your mouth. I still don't swallow it, but if you do get a little bit, it's not gonna kill you. So
Body, help me.
could you imagine acting those convulsions out? I bet it's really hard on your body. Hi. Somebody just woke up and wants upsies.
Here.
Look who's
Why
here
haven't
to
you
watch
told me?
this with us today.
This is
These guys got killer stashes, you know? Little handlebars, got a little low.
Protracted fits of somnambulism. You look tired, young man.
Oh, he's got 3 kitties. You know, there are certain ways to get that effect. I've actually never done one before. I would like to know how. I would assume it's something similar to like a blood gag, but different.
Tell me what you can from the beginning.
Sometimes it is like a dream. And I know things. I always knew the contents of my Christmas gifts. I knew that my mother would pass. Just for comfort, the presents, and the nightmares, the epilepsies. It all ended when I first met my Thomas.
Forgive the grotesque tediousness of this demonstration, the needle. However, I must impress upon you that this child is not with us.
Yes, I do protest.
Restrain your protestation, for she feels...
Okay, that's just a simple gag. It's basically they'll have this shot. There are a few different things you could do here. If you have the money and budget, you could totally make a silicone arm and have that be the fake arm and actually put something through. That would probably look really good. But usually when this kind of gag, it's like a prosthetic. Like you do the shot and then it kind of it collapses in on itself. And then they'll probably do the prosthetic piece on the other side with a fake needle coming through that they could do it that way too.
Who can you speak? Yield before this ancient townsman! I will not harm her!
I shall persist to join you every night, first in sleep, then in your arms. Everything will be least to an abomination, and you'll be knee-deep in blood. Everyone will cry, there will be none to bury the dead. You are promising to me! Promise? She means help me! Help me!
What the fuck? That's not gonna go well for you, buddy. Oh, whoa! Did you see all that blood spray? Oh, the foam in his mouth. There's like a product that can do that for you too. Also, you can go old school and do baking soda and vinegar.
He has come.
Whoa! Whoa! Did you see the flesh pull up? Oh, wow. Oh, gross. There are a lot of different ways to do that effect. I've seen people use gelatin, so it's mouth safe instead of... It has a similar look to silicone. It gives the same effect, but of course if it's gelatin it's safe for the mouth, and there's a whole process to that and mixing your gelatin.
Is it?
Thomas, She knew it.
Thomas! Thomas!
Oh my god.
The compact commands she must willingly repledge her vow.
Anytime you see dirt or grime on somebody, that's a makeup artist putting it on. Now, dirt work, it has a special balance. So it's very easy to overdo it and to make it look too ridiculous and too fake. The whole premise is to make it look as naturally obtained as possible. And you definitely want to break it up. You don't want to just do like a line of soot, you know. You definitely want to have some sparseness to it. And there's also like so many different colors. There's like soot, there's charcoal, there's a red clay dirt, yellow base clay dirt. There's so many different pigments to dirt. His hair looks so good.
Not a dead man.
I beg your patience.
Ooh, look at all these wounds. These could be large prostate transfers. They could be silicone pieces too. Wow, these wounds look amazing. They're still fresh. There's discoloration, a little bit of yellow tones in there to help break it up. Interesting. I really like it. Of wounds or autopsy bodies or, you know, stuff you'll see in a morgue like this, you have to think about how long the body has been in between the wounds afflicted to him and how long it's been in between him getting those wounds and then showing up at this morgue. This looks like very fresh, maybe a few hours, nothing crazy, which is why there's still like dried blood in the wounds and stuff like that. But you really have to observe the science and decomposition. And then with these wounds, you have to really think about what made these wounds, what angles. So there is a little bit of forensic science to creating these wounds in films and makeup. I'm spooked. This is a cool shot.
I abhor you.
You are force! So you wish me to prove my enmity as well? I will leave you 3 nights. Tonight was the first. Tonight you denied yourself, and thereby you suffer me to vanish up the lives of those you love.
I mean, she had some guts to stand up to him. That's pretty awesome. Ew.
I'll be good, I promise.
What? Damn, he killed the kids.
Friedrich, these nightmares do exist. They exist.
We shall sanctify the earth wherein he is buried and destroy the sarcophagus. Then he can have no sanctuary at Cockcrow.
And when we uncover the body?
I will drive a spike of cold iron through him.
Oh, so it's iron.
I fear Nosferatu is impervious to any of our iron stakes. I'm convinced only you have the faculty to redeem us.
No! Hey, look!
I should have been the Prince of Rats, immortal. But you cares only for his pretty bride. And she is his.
Monstrous.
Strike again. I am blasphemy.
Die, you accursed mistress of hell!
In vain you run, in vain you cannot outrun her destiny. Her dog bond with the beast. The plague shall be lifted.
look at his back. Whoa, it's cool to see it all in the light. It changes the color a little bit. Whoa. The blood tears, that's always a fun effect to do. She's dead, isn't she? Now he has a fifth cat. Whoa. Oh, look at his legs. Such a sad ending. Honestly, I'm really surprised it didn't win an Oscar in anything. But I guess she saved everybody, you know? Well, not everybody, but I think everybody did a phenomenal job. All the actors, like, no wonder it was nominated for an Oscar. I'm really surprised it didn't win anything. A lot of hard work went into that film. Hours and hours and hours. I can't even begin to tell you how many hours went into making that. And like, no matter what, she was gonna die, so she outsmarted him. It was definitely a team effort, because he was so enamored with her and her blood that he kind of forgot, oh, the sun's rising, and they destroyed Where I Rest. So I love to see that modern film is dipping more and more into practical effects, because I'm not gonna lie, they look better than CGI in almost every scenario. I love when kind of like in Stranger Things for Vecna, how it was like 98% practical, and then only a little like 2% was the CGI, which was like the movement to the tentacles that he had on his body. And I think they also CGI'd out the tip of his nose just to make it look better. But I'm on down for that. Like, I really love that film is moving into more of a practical base effects. It looks better. Your eye, the average viewer, like, you pick it up, you know when it's CGI and when it's not, and it's kind of like that uncanny valley effect a little bit, and it just looks better, and it makes you fall into the film and really believe what's happening, and to have you really experience what these characters are experiencing and kind of what everybody, you know, the director wants you to feel and to experience while watching. So that was wonderful. I am actually really disappointed it didn't get an Oscar. I think it deserved more than 0. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really enjoyed watching this for the first time with you guys. Over here I'll put another link to a video if you want to come and hang out and watch something else with me, be my guest. I will see you next week with another video. All right, bye guys.